What's going on, everyone? We have guest Matty with us.
Sorry. My bad.
And, yeah, so that's the introduction.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about because that painkiller helped. Yeah.
She's out with a sore back.
Oh, so what? Like lower back?
Lower back. Yeah, but I can't. I think it's from the show last Sunday, from standing all day.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. My back gets jacked up if I'm just standing in one spot. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. I did nothing to it at all.
Do you remember? It reminds me of that video when Chris Bumstead was in Prague with Martin Fitzwater, and he goes, "Do you guys get lower back pumps?" And Martin's like, "Yeah, we live with them." And Chris is like, "Fuck this." That's like bodybuilding shit, man.
Yeah.
It's funny. I've got a natty client right now who I put on like 12 kilos of good quality like weight in like a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And he's like in his check-in, he's like, oh man, like I think I've done something to my back, blah, blah, blah. I was like, what does it feel like? And he kind of explained it to me. And I was like, dude, that's just because you put 12 kilos on in 6 weeks. Get used to that feeling, bro. Because if you want to be a bodybuilder, that's not going away ever.
Yeah, we're always walking around like every time we're standing somewhere, we're looking for something to lean on or somewhere to sit down.
Yeah,
that show was fun. When we were trying to put the banner away, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, fuck, my back's pumping. I'm like, pumped. Shit. No, it's fun.
Yeah, I'm useless at life tasks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When people say like, oh, you be good at this, you're strong. I'm useless. Fucking useless.
Unless it's got like a dumbbell handle on it, don't ask me to lift it.
Yeah. Even right now, dumbbell with my GH hands, I can barely lift a dumbbell. This is like the biggest fist I can make.
You could never ride a motorbike, bro. Riding a motorbike.
Oh, no, he wouldn't.
It's the most frustrating thing.
He wouldn't be able to.
I'm left-handed as well, so I normally lean on the left, and that's the throttle.
Like throttle's on the right, dude.
Throttle's on the right.
I like leaning on stuff. There's no way I could drive a motorbike. I'm on a steering wheel car all day.
Could you imagine trying to hold that? Like if you did have a
fuck that. Even when I'm driving a car, do you hold your steering wheel like underneath? When you're driving, just hold it in your lap like this.
I'm one hand on top.
Oh,
I'll do that for a bit, but then I'll get numb hand off and drop it.
Yeah, I'm holding it low too because I'm lazy.
Yeah. Holding it low. I've got the seat reclined all the way back, and I'm like,
you fucking homie.
Gangster.
What
are you driving, an Impala?
Actually, a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Dude, I grew up playing basketball. All I ever wanted to do was be a thug, be a gangster.
That's the same as
mate. That's why when people say to us, like, every second word we used to say was the N-word. We grew up listening to rap. All we wanted to be was black and dunk.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like Paul on Fuad's podcast. Yeah, I just want to dunk Fuad.
And I just love the fact that he just assumes that just because you're black, that automatically means you can dunk. Like,
yeah, of course it does. They got the legs.
Yeah,
it's funny when people like call LeBron James like jacked and that, and I'm like, he's 110 kilos and he's like 6'8". Like, that's not jacked.
Well, it's funny. Oh, you guys probably don't know a lot about like AFL players, I suppose. I don't know if you remember who Jonathan Brown is.
Yeah, I know Johnny Brown.
Yeah. Played for Brisbane. So he was renowned as being like one of the biggest dudes in like the AFL, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's like, oh, he's a monster, he's this, he's that. Dude, he was 6'4", 98 kilos. I'm like, what?
Nothing.
You haven't even maxed out your classic weight cap yet, bro.
Yeah. And what was he lean though?
Nah.
Those footy boys aren't lean.
How tall are you? How tall are you, Matt?
My Tinder profile says 6 foot, but my IFBB Pro card says 5'10".
That's 2 inches difference.
Bodybuilding 6 foot.
Yeah. No, I'm 170, technically 178, so 5'10" and a quarter or something like that.
Yeah. What's your weight cap?
My pro weight cap's 98.
Yeah. How'd you go last season? Were you under that or just making it? Or?
Well, I did the run of 4 shows, so like every week I got like lighter and lighter. So by the time I finished up in Oklahoma, I think I like was 95.
Oh, great! That's cool.
Yeah. But I was I was pretty well depleted and stringy by the time I got there. Like I was peeling out of my mind. Don't get me wrong, but Yeah, but like the fullness just wasn't there. When you've done 4 shows back to back, you just don't have that pop anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So to sort of use that data and sort of think about sort of the next run of shows, being able to time it and plan it a little bit better. I think I definitely won't be maxed out. No way, not yet. But if I can sort of be around like the 96, 97 mark, with the same conditioning, but sort of an extra kilo of like fullness and what have you, I think that'll be a really good spot to be in.
Yeah, cool.
What was Oklahoma like?
As in the place, or
Yeah.
I loved it, man. That was so nice there.
Yeah.
It's quiet though, isn't it? It's only small.
The Oklahoma show was probably my favorite out of the 4, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, because did you go watch any basketball games over there?
No, I couldn't because it was like right in the it was like right with the NBA playoffs are on.
Oh, okay.
So the only game that I could have like potentially gone and seen was a game in New York, like at Madison Square Garden.
Oh,
That would have cost heaps.
I would have paid it. I don't care because like
Yeah.
Nate was over there as well, and she's a big basketball fan as well. And we were like messaging each other. We're like, because it's a best of 7 series, so they were playing. Yeah. And if New York had lost, then Game 6 would have been in New York, like 2 days after the New York Pro when we were still there. And I was like, dude, do you want to go to the game? And she was like, fuck yeah. I was like, the ticket's going to be retarded. She's like, I don't care. I'll pay whatever. I was like,
yeah.
when are you going to get a chance to watch a playoff game in Madison?
Yeah, I was going to say playoffs.
Yeah.
But then they ended up winning in Indiana, so they went on to like the next like thing. So it just didn't line up, unfortunately.
The playoffs, end of the series. So the top teams go into the playoffs.
Oh, like
football.
Like the finals. It's like the finals.
Yeah, okay.
Playoffs are like the top 8 teams. 8 from each conference, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we were in Florida for Olympia, we saw the season opener of Orlando. Yeah, the Orlando season opener.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, they had all the free T-shirts on every seat and stuff, and we got on the Kiss Cam.
No.
And we also we got on the Kiss Cam and the Flex Cam, and I was like this, and they're like, "Fucking that guy's jacked." And I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
And then when we left the game, like leaving out of the whatever you call it,
the arena,
everyone was talking to us as we were leaving. You were that couple.
You're that guy on Flex Cam.
Oh shit! Look at the size of both of them. I'm surprised they didn't ask you to guest pose at halftime or something.
Yeah, like that. I was like, what was I then? I think I was only around 110 then. That was coming back off. That was her. That was before she was pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were a bit on the fluffy side.
Yeah. I was a fat 110. I'm leaning out 125.
Yeah.
America's good. Did you go shooting? Did you shoot guns?
Yeah.
What shows have you got lined up, dude?
I'm not 100% sure yet. So
are you doing this year? You're doing this year.
Yeah, definitely.
I just saw you started prep.
Yeah, he's shredded already.
Never hurts to be within 8 weeks at all times, you know.
Milos.
Yeah, but Matt's never going to get push weight because he's so close to his cap. He doesn't need to get 120.
So like I can sit around like 107, 108 and kind of refine that and get better at that, and just sort of hold that and solidify the tissue. And as long as I'm within like 10 kilos of my weight cap, I'm pretty good. But there's a couple of shows in China in 10 weeks, and then the boys are doing like Tampa, Texas, Chicago. There's that option too, and then they've got Classic at the Tokyo Pro, which is the same weekend as the Masters Olympia.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of Aussies over there for that.
So I was umming and ahhing about like maybe doing the US shows and then like flying over to Japan with a lot of the Aussies doing the Masters show and doing that.
It's the same weekend as Texas.
Oh, is it? Well, there you go. Yeah, okay, there you go. So
you have to go like Tampa then to Tokyo or Tampa to Texas.
Yeah, well, I'd save a lot more money going Tampa
I'd go to Texas. I'd
I'd definitely go to Texas before I go to Japan.
Japan's cool though.
Yeah, and it's like because I did the American tour last year, so like the idea of doing some like Asian shows in China or Japan kind of appeals to me a little bit more, just for something different.
Yeah.
On Detroit.
Man, I thought about it. Holy shit, that show was crazy good.
Yeah.
I'd love to do Detroit one day.
Yeah.
I think maybe next year I'll do like somewhere else. I think this year I've got America planned again because I've got that like I suppose that emotional attachment to those 2 shows, and you want to like do better at those shows.
Yeah,
and then I think I'll be over it by next year, so might go do something else.
Do Romania.
Which I was going to say, would you do European shows?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because Dean's over in Europe, so that'd be a lot easier for him too. And yeah, he'd have a lot of connections.
I reckon the Romania, Prague, Spain would be a good run.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
It's much easier to jump between countries over there as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, stupid.
I know Portugal. Portugal's apparently a really good show.
Yeah. Is
that
the big?
Yeah, I think the big man.
Yeah, all those shows would be good. Because it's like a different caliber of athletes over there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's something in that water.
It's exciting for Aussies this year. It's quite actually like a lot.
There's a lot happening.
Dude, Matt O'Reilly's starting a prep as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt is, because
you're
not in on that chat.
What's Lucy doing? Is Lucy doing anything?
He's actually the only one I haven't heard what they're doing.
Matt?
No, Mike.
Lucy. Oh, no, I don't know.
I know Sam might be out for the season because he's got that quad injury.
Quad thing, yeah.
Like Logan's doing the Masters.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Tracy.
Tracy. Stacey as well.
Stacey.
Viet.
There's a couple of men's physique guys doing it as well. Yeah, Viet and
and Dashi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Dashi pro?
Different Dashi.
Oh, sorry, different Dashi. Dr. Ash.
Oh
yeah. He's
isn't Joe getting ready as well? Must see Joe Manson.
I don't know. So how does that Japan Masters work? Do you apply to?
Yeah, you can either win a Masters show and qualify.
Or
you can apply for it and get accepted. And I think they might even have invites as well, I think.
To do Masters Olympia to be accepted, you have to have previously done an Olympia show?
I don't know the rules around that. No.
So in the US, like with like pro shows, they'll do like an open pro, and then they'll do like some places will have Masters pro classes as well. So I know at Oklahoma, they had like 30-something competitors in the open classic class. And then they had an over 35s class that competed with us, but they were kind of like awarded separately or something like that. Kind of weird. I don't know. But I heard a rumor that Brandon Curry is doing the Masters Olympia.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like a thing locked in. Yeah.
You know, Tracy did the Olympia last year. Yeah. Now she's applied for the Master, but can she only apply for it because she's been to the Olympia before?
No, anyone can.
No, because Stacey applied. Stacey must have applied. The other Australians never went.
And Viet and Logan.
Yeah, Logan, none of them have went. So
yeah, just imagine being even if I went Masters Pro, you just stand next to Brandon Curry.
If you apply, I guess if you've got Olympia on your resume,
you're
highly looked at. I would presume.
For sure.
Yeah.
Lee Priest should do it.
Maybe I should do a couple of Masters shows next season.
Yeah, you're old.
Kai Green, he says he's going to do it every year.
Kai Green.
Every year, Kai Green's going to do it.
Yeah.
Every year.
He'd win it. He'd win it as well.
I don't reckon.
I don't know. He looks pretty fucking shit right now, if I'm being honest with you.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think he'd win, man. I reckon Bonac would smoke him or Brandon would smoke him.
Yeah, but Kai Green would go back to his shitty New York apartment and eat nothing but fish.
Dude, he's nearly 50. He's nearly 50 and he hasn't competed in like fucking 10 years.
You don't remember his last guest posing where he came out in like white paint?
Because he was painted up because he was that fat.
He was so fat, yeah.
What about Ian? If Ian did a Masters Olympia?
Ian
Valère.
No, he wouldn't beat Brandon.
Nah. Yeah, Brandon would win. Is Brandon what did he get last year? Olympia 6?
He got like 9th last year, but he looked wild at the Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
And I reckon Bonac's arguably the best he's ever looked right now as well.
Yeah.
That's hilarious because he just comes up in my feed.
Yeah.
He's a gangster as well, man.
Yeah. Is that him sitting on that gold chair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's a machine.
Oh,
I thought he was sitting on that gold Gym 80 piece. Yeah.
I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
How tall was Bono? He'd be like 5'5", wouldn't he?
Yeah, he's a midget.
Yeah, he's like 5'6" max, I reckon.
Yeah, he come from 212. Heaps of guys.
I think he'd be my height.
Yeah, that's what I reckon as well. Yeah, there's a few 212 guys in the opens now.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Matty? If you bust your cab, you're going to go to opens?
Huh?
If you ever bust your cab, you're going to go into opens?
You going to pay for my drugs, bro?
And the food. It's everything. It's the recovery. It's the physio.
I don't think I could ever do it. Like, especially like being all serious, like just the way that my shape and structure and like the history of my body being like a sports athlete rather than, you know, being a fat kid or whatever. Like for me to put on enough tissue, it would be ridiculous. Like I couldn't.
It's not easy. Some kid was talking to me today, and he's like, "How do you put on so much weight?" I'm like, "You just got to eat, man." He's like, "I'm eating like 2,500 calories." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Try to do that per meal." He's like, "In the meal."
What do you do after 10 o'clock in the morning? That's crazy.
I'm like, mate, I said, I'm over 6,000 now. I lost 100 grams this week. I'm 100 grams lighter today than I am last week.
I'm a terrible eater as well. Like I'm really bad at eating, like forcing food in.
Yeah. I get to a point like I can eat it. It's that I start like I feel it coming back up. I get that gag reflux and just my body won't just won't let me eat.
Yeah. I never got to that point this year.
I'm sick
I
of food.
was fine eating. But Dean kind of kept my food like low.
Mm-hmm.
He like just gave me enough to keep nudging performance along in the gym.
Yeah.
And it worked out perfectly. I never got sick of eating.
How high did your food get?
Only like just over 4,000.
Oh, so that's perfect, man.
Yeah, that's fair.
Perfect.
I mean, like I was hungry. I had to like deal with being hungry.
Yeah.
Like, so
that's better than dealing being full.
That sucked, but yeah.
I'd rather be hungry than full.
What's the highest your food's ever got before?
Mine?
Yeah.
Like 4-6. I don't have to eat a lot. I don't have to eat a lot, dude. And that's when I was like working in construction. So it was just like more energy expenditure. So
yeah, like with my metabolism and like I remember like my first natty show I ever did. I was like working a trade. I was playing like professional basketball at the same time. So the lowest my food got at any point in time during the prep was 3,300.
Yeah, dude, that's like a breeze.
Crazy, right? Like it was nuts. But then the problem
that'd probably be your diet now too, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like
like kill low days now would be around there.
Pretty much, yeah.
So the William Bonac is 1.7, 170 centimeters.
Who? Bonac?
Yeah.
No way.
42 years old, 1.7 centimeters.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I don't believe that for a second.
I believe 1.7 centimeters, yeah.
Sorry, 1.7 meters. That's what it says on here.
There's no way I'm 8 centimeters taller than William Bonac. No way.
Yeah, I don't believe that either. Yeah, fuck food. I've got construction guys work on the pump. They're only like 85 kilos trying to do his first mass, and he's eating 7,800.
That's nuts, bro.
And he's like, I can't eat anymore. I said, stop working so hard. So go hide somewhere in the corner more.
Just go ahead.
I'm like, fuck now, man. I was like drinking Gatorade, like.
Well, that's what I was going to say. What's been the most ridiculous thing that you've had to do, like, to force food in?
Like, I tell them to add, like, on their 10 Weet-Bix to breakfast, I'm like, add 100 grams of, like, actual brown sugar.
100 grams. 100 grams of brown sugar.
And they're like, because it doesn't fill you up. And they're like, bro, I'm fucking sick of sweet food. I'm like, you do it. Like, I'm like, honey or brown sugar, maple syrup. You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to pour macadamia oil over everything, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is with the fats, then it slows your digestion.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful. Like, you only have so many fats. Like, I find if I go over 20 grams of fat in a meal during the day, it fucks me. I have to have, like, fats in the morning. It's not so bad because I'm fasted. I can handle, like, 30, 40 in the morning and 30, 40 at night. And I can only keep, like, 10 to 15 during the day.
Yeah.
Daily meals.
Yeah. My fat's really low, like around 50, so it doesn't really bother me at any stage of the day.
I'll tell you what, I'm on 100 fat now, but lowering my protein, again, that's fucking made it better. I'm on 400 now.
I've been telling you this for weeks, dude.
400 and you lowered it from...
Yeah, I was 500.
Yeah, dude.
Because I run high protein when I'm hungry, come to reverse diet. To keep it full. And then as I
know that like the theory is supposed to do that, but I've never found it does shit.
Nah.
But, yeah.
Because I wasn't gaining weight, eating more protein. And then so as I lost the protein and I swapped protein for carbs.
So I'm a carb guy through and through. I think you are too, Cam, are you?
Yeah.
So for me, like, I would never put protein over like 300. I'd never put fats over 100. And I've had carbs up at like 1200 before.
Mm.
Okay, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go 1,000 carb next week.
Yeah.
Because I didn't gain weight on like 880 this week.
Yeah, the highest my protein's ever been is 300.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
No, in prep, I'll go to 5. I'll go at least 250 meat per meal grams cooked.
Cooked weight?
Yeah.
Fuck. That's a lot.
What if you swap like 100 grams of protein for 100 grams of carbs? Wouldn't you like feel
That's what I
better?
do in the off season.
No, in prep.
In
You
prep.
can
Yeah, I just don't lose weight. If I keep my carbs high, my weight doesn't go down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I have to get rid of carbs to lose weight. So I have to go heaps low carb. I always end up prep on like 80 carb a day at the end.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but my protein goes to like 500.
100 is crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
I guess so hungry and 80 carb. I cannot eat. There's no way I could eat like.
How's your performance in the gym though with that?
Oh, strong.
Yeah.
Strong. Yeah, I get bad strong. The more protein I eat, the stronger I get.
No, I'm with you, Cam. That ain't it, bro.
Carbs doesn't make me stronger. Oh, wait, 100 grams of carbs, I don't get stronger.
If I ate 500 grams of protein today, I would shit so much.
He does.
Yeah, I do.
He does.
I don't know, it makes me strong as fuck though. As soon as I up my protein, I get stronger straight away.
Yeah. Do you mix up your protein sources? Like,
I'll have 5 meals a day. There's 2 whey protein, 2 chicken, and a beef and egg.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
In prep, I go to 6 meals. Off season, I like 5 meals.
Interesting that you do more meals during prep than you do in the off season.
Because I wake up to morning cardio, I'll do that, then I'll have a quick meal.
Yeah, okay.
Whereas like now I fast till smoko.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I'll just maximize sleep.
Yeah.
Literally wake up and go straight to work.
It's not like you're exerting yourself in that first 3 hours either.
Yeah, when I'm
I'm
not hungry in the morning.
I'm just doing 4 meals now.
Yeah.
4 meals, 4 meals and one shake, but it's just got like literally just protein.
Yeah. So yeah, I do 4 meals in a post-workout shake. I don't like eating post-workout. You were talking about that. We were talking about that earlier about not wanting to eat like after legs.
Yeah, especially.
I don't like eating after training at all. So I'll just smash a shake and then I'm good for an hour or so and then I'll get a meal in.
Yeah, no, it's something disrupts your system. In prep, you're all right. I can come home by the time I get home.
That's different.
But off season, you go so hard. You have to. There's like that hour, at least an hour before you're ready to digest any food. Yeah,
definitely, absolutely.
Do you want to go over the state show,
the Adelaide one?
Yeah. Well, Perth and Adelaide, wasn't it? Or did we talk about?
No, we talked
about Perth with Cam.
And
then what's tomorrow? Sydney.
Yeah, Sydney tomorrow. Sydney looks really competitive.
I was really impressed with the Adelaide show, to be honest with you. I thought it was a really good show.
Yeah, those people at the back running it.
yeah. Are you gonna be at the Gold Coast show, Ken?
Yeah. You're down here at the moment, eh?
No, I'm back home.
Oh, okay, yeah. Were you here this week?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I just flew up for a couple of days. And I'm back in Melbourne, but I was thinking about coming back up for the Gold Coast show next weekend. Anyway, it's Easter weekend, so
yeah. Well, I'll be down there.
Oh, I might. If I end up coming up, I'll let you know.
Yeah, see.
For sure.
So what did you guys think of who won this? Physique?
Yeah, that guy there.
This guy.
Nah.
This guy.
Yeah.
What do you think of the men's physique winner?
No, that's Australian.
I think he was pretty clear cut winner, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And then what about Classic though?
And Classic was stacked, bro. Stacked.
That's novice.
Well, the guy that won.
Yeah.
Is it Dom? Yeah.
Yeah, Dom.
Yeah, Dom won.
Yeah.
The guy that won.
There's a little backstage discrepancy.
Are we allowed to talk about?
I don't know. We're allowed to talk about that. Are we allowed to talk about that?
We won't bring it up. But like any show, there's always people thought other people should have won. So what do you guys thought? Do you say the order you would have had them in?
Well,
yeah. I would have had probably the guy who comes third. I would have had him in second.
Jeremy?
Yeah.
Jeremy's good. The thing is with these guys, they're all different shape. So it's like, who do you like best, you know?
I'm just purely going off criteria, like what for not or like what my vision of classic is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like that's how I'm placing them.
How many times did Ian and Fuad argue over classic?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, because it just depends what shape you like. You know, everyone's going to be different opinion on this.
Is Cam, is your client classic?
Yeah, he's doing classic. Yeah.
So when's he on? Tomorrow?
No, this weekend. This weekend coming. So the Queensland show.
Oh, sorry, Queensland.
He's
Yes.
not-
So he's seven. He's
Yeah.
7 days out now.
I'm looking forward to seeing Jerome.
He's on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's pretty big, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 6'2" or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're happy with the guy that won classic?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think he was probably the most complete.
Can we just give this little
All
guy?
right, let's give this guy a shout out.
This little guy, man. I shouldn't say little. This guy, what a legend.
He's done 13 shows.
He's done 13 shows. Massive shout out to him because I was having a good old chat with him on the side of the stage.
That's what I looked like when I did my first show.
And he held his own because then he had to stand next to the three of them.
Is it this one?
No, the overall.
Yeah, the overall picture. This one?
No, that's bodybuilding. I don't think
there won't be a video of the overall.
Yeah.
No.
What do you think of Cam? Do you think he should have won this?
I think he was the clear.
Yeah.
I think he was the clear winner for the day. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I just think he needs to come in a little bit crispier for nationals.
Oh, that goes without saying, I think. But I think that they knew that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's about 4 or 5 kgs off. 4 kgs.
But I mean, like, let's not get it twisted. He competed in classic 18 months ago.
Yeah.
And his classic weight was 98 kilos or something, and he was on stage at 114 18 months later. That's fucking insane, bro.
That's because he's always been having to lose muscle every prep.
Yeah. And to think that he's only 24 years old is nuts.
I kept telling him,
his age is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I kept telling him, like, why are you trying to struggle to make classic weight? You listen to your body.
Dude, if you saw what I looked like when I was 24 years old, oh my God, bro.
Right. I don't even want to look.
When did you start bodybuilding, Matt?
I didn't pick up a dumbbell till I was like 27, 26.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so a bit older.
How old are you?
Me, I turned 34 last week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I started at 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did my first show when I was 30.
That's what kills me and baffles me the most. If you got these kids that are 21, 22 years old that are like doing anything and everything to get to where they want to be, right? And I'm like, you don't get it. Like, you don't understand. But yeah, I thought Cam was really, really impressive. And I think if they can turn it up, which I know that they will, because I know Dean's running the ship. So
yeah.
If he can come in, because I'm used to seeing Crispy from Classic.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I thought, because I was obviously here for the Melbourne show, and the winner of the overall at Melbourne was like very impressive. So I think the super heavies are going to be really, really good at nationals, which is exciting because I think the show is always so much better when the super heavies class is stacked. I think.
Yeah.
Always.
Because normally normally the most competitive classes is like under 90s, under 100s. So.
Unless you're in at Cam, and then it's not competitive at all.
That year that Cam won it, that was the best when it was at the convention center.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, that was a good venue, eh? It just feels like it's like
you walk out, you bang, you're on the Yarra, you're like this.
That was the best.
No, I hated that show. I hated that show completely.
Why?
Oh yeah, because you got second to Callum.
Callum picked me by a vote.
Yeah.
And then I walk out into the foyer. Me and Cam are taking a photo because he's just turned pro and he's fucking on top of the world. And here's me like bawling my eyes out whilst we're trying to take a photo together.
Bawling your eyes out, but you've already been bodybuilding for like 3 years.
Yeah.
I fucking deserve that. My whole life put into this.
But no, that venue was crazy. The venue was really good.
Yeah.
The
only thing is the pump up area is shit in that.
Did you went to the Melbourne show?
Yeah, I liked it.
The venue they got now?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. So it's at the
Flemington Racecourse?
It's not in Flemington, it's right off you guys probably don't know Melbourne that well. It's just off Footscray Road, like right where the government housing is.
Okay, no, I don't know that.
If you go over the Balti Bridge, you go over the Bolt, like so you got to do like the loop You go over the Balti, and then it's like right off Footscray Road. It's super easy to get to, but the venue was huge. Like the lighting was really good. The only problem that they had was the actual stage was a bit of an issue for the athletes.
Yeah, it looked like the stage was a bit funny, like the back. Yeah.
Yeah, so the stage was slippery and there was a lot of give in it as well. So like girls would be walking on their heels and the stage would kind of like sink in. And then it was really slippery. But like the backstage area was huge. The pump up room was huge. The tanning spots were like really well looked after. The seating was really good. The lighting was really good. So I think it'll make for a really good. Really
Are they going to do anything about the floor?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I hope so.
Because they could get some resin.
Yeah. Well, the only problem is that there was an event on the Saturday night right before the show. That's why they had to have the show on the Sunday. So they couldn't get into the venue until 6 a.m. So they started setting up at 6 a.m. Nay said that they walked in at 6 a.m. and they were still like scraping gum off the floor from whatever the fucking thing was on the night before. So the fact that they set everything up and got everything running and the show was as well as it was ran in like that 3-hour period is phenomenal. Yeah. So to think that they'll have obviously an extended period of time to get everything set up for nationals because they won't have the same issues to run into, then it should be really, really good.
Yeah. That's the same as SA show. We didn't get into 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Am I back? Did I freeze?
Yeah, you're back.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
What else? What's going on with your prep camp? Going smooth?
Yeah, they're rolling, dude. I was looking at my face the other day. I'm like, oh, I'm starting to get a little bit skinny. So
I thought that just now. I'm literally like, I can see it already.
Yeah. So
yeah.
You hit 103, didn't you?
Yeah, I was 103. Then we dipped down. The lightest I've seen is 98.1, and then just had a little bump back up to like 99. So off a couple of refeeds. So we're another 6 days low, and then I think we're gonna have a deload diet break while I'm in Melbourne for the nationals, and then dive back in when we get there when we get back. So then like all the fun stuff will happen then. We've pretty much just been in cruise mode at the start of this prep.
How close were you in Texas?
What, like placing?
Oh, weight wise. You came.
Oh, miles off, dude. I was 86 kilos.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I've got like 10 kilos to play with, man. So I'll never. I'm hoping this year I can be like 89, 90.
Yeah,
which I think I'm kind of on track to be around there.
Yeah, that'd be good. That's it. What are you mate? You gonna be pushing weight this time?
Yes and no. Like I think I weighed in this morning fasted at 106.5 or something like that. Which, when I put it in comparison to the look and the feel and the PEDs and the food, like it's substantially a better position than where I was at last year. So I think I'm taking like half of what I was taking. I'm eating like a third more food. I'm 3 kilos heavier. And I'm leaner than I was at the same sort of position of prep last year. So all of the variables just work so much better for where I'm at right now.
Yeah. So it's the beauty of being like above the weight cap that you can probably just run less stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Right. Yeah. It's like you need less stuff to maintain than you do to put it on, right? So it's like, like we were sort of talking about dosages before, and it's like I don't really go any higher than that, which is fucking crazy to me when you talk to some of these classic guys backstage in the US and they tell me what they're running, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, it's wild.
Crazy.
I need to run at least 1.8 to grow now. 1.8 grams. Otherwise, I don't grow. I'm so much above my natural limit now. Like I'll cruise on 400 meg.
Me came a blasting on 400.
Last off season, I went to 3.6 grams with John Jewell.
3.6. Well, that's John. That's John for you. And what's that, like eight different compounds as well?
About 2 grams of mass.
Fuck, he loves his master on 8.
Who the fuck is that? Oh,
that's me. I was 27 years old on the left. I'm telling you, I'm 27.
You should have brought that picture up. We need to.
No, that's very.
We've all done it. We've all brought up our pictures of what.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
What page is that on, Matt?
It's on Matt's page.
Have you seen my natty pictures, Matt, where I started?
Yeah. You're just as bad as me, bro.
Your show is funny.
I
The
was a
first show you
fucking.
did.
But she said if she met me when I was natural, she would have just laughed at me dating her.
I wouldn't date you.
Yeah, see?
I wouldn't have dated you. I wouldn't have looked twice.
Yeah.
Look at that. There we go.
Yeah, that was all
Yeah,
right. You're
that's
way more
crazy.
muscle than me.
So was
I was
that
what, sorry?
the first sort of show?
Yeah, I think I was prepping for my ICN show then.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
Like how you covered your
Yeah.
legs up with long shorts.
Oh, if you the worst part is I always try and go back to find old photos of me to like compare my leg size, but I never took a photo with showing my legs because I was always so like,
You're like me. You're a bit.
And now, the complete opposite. All of you boys just take your pants off, don't you?
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You
I got more
got-
photos with my pants around my ankles than anything else.
You're like me. I'm like you. You got one tricep's a little bit flatter than the other side.
My arms are like very like asymmetrical, so I kind of have to like work around them a little bit.
Yeah. Is one stronger than the other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
My
that the
right arm is like
the right one.
quite like a fair bit stronger than my left.
See, my left is much stronger, but I've always had like brachialis issues with my right one. So like my grip strength goes to shit. And if you actually watch, and you can even see it in that photo, right? So that front double, my hands are always not symmetrical. So it must
one's like dipped down further.
Yeah. And it's always been that way. So I don't know if like because one will turn in better than the other one. I don't know how it kind of works, but yeah.
Is that Oklahoma?
That was at Oklahoma, yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Do you think that was your Do you think that was your best look last year?
Arguably, no. I don't think it was. It was definitely my driest and my leanest. But like I said, I was so flat and like, kind of like stringy there. It definitely wasn't my best look, but that's the one that they rewarded. So,
yeah.
You know how you kind of prefer a different look on yourself than sometimes they like and things like that.
Click on that one, the Australian one.
It's super tough with classic too.
Oh, there you go. There's three pictures.
Yeah. So
nice
that was
like shorts.
Say again.
Nice board shorts.
I was actually talking to someone just yesterday. I think I've still got them lying around somewhere. I need to see if I can put them back on.
It won't even get through one leg.
Man, I'm fucking. I was.
Who's your coach? Sorry.
Me?
Yeah.
So I work with. If you scroll up, just where you were, there's a photo of the guy in the pink trunks. Me and the guy standing next to him. So that's Tom. That's who I work with at Peak Performance. Like that's our kind of coaching business.
Yeah.
And I've always kind of prepped myself, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay.
So I prepped myself when I turned pro, and then Tom and I kind of like prepped me together for my shows. So he was kind of like someone I could bounce ideas off. I trust him a lot. Work really well together. But yeah, I don't know. I've always kind of just done my own thing, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like
that's what I'm starting to do now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on my ICN debut. My first show was my lowest weight in prep was 59 kilos.
59 kilos.
Hang on.
I remember seeing 59, and I carved up when I was like 61. I was like, oh, I'm huge.
Gee, Amelia's 57 kilos, so that's huge.
It makes you feel like a bitch.
Yeah.
I remember seeing 69 kilos for my first prep. Actually, I'll send the photo to the group chat.
69.
Yeah,
now these wellness girls are like 60-something kilos.
Yeah. I look like a sick Ethiopian kid.
Yes, you do.
I thought I would have had more muscle from playing basketball.
Were you that skinny when you had that big car?
Yeah, but I had like more fluff on me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I just sent a photo to the group chat.
What's Cam sending us?
This is the lowest my weight got. My first.
Look at your face.
Look at your face.
No, it's the thigh gap for me. It's the thigh gap.
Yeah, how bad is it?
Even your nose has gotten gains.
Oh,
wider nose now.
Especially because we know what your legs look like right now. Yeah. But the fact that your legs look like that back then is fucking crazy.
When was that, Cam?
This was my first time competing. I remember sending this photo to Dean. This was like a week out of the nationals. And he's like, "Oh, fucking sorry, man." And then he fucking like gave me a high day.
Fucking hell. Although to be fair, that's a very impressive like first
show.
Yeah,
that's fucking good.
Yeah,
yeah, that's good. Your first show. I remember I was working for McMahon's and I was doing the new casino in Adelaide and we were doing 16-hour days, 6 days a week, and I was going to the gym after in prep. I just whittled down to nothing. I just kept getting smaller and smaller.
Well, I did that. My first enhanced prep. That's what happened. Was working with a coach that probably won't mention him on the podcast, but
I don't know. That's all right. Whoever.
And like I said, I was still like playing basketball like 4 or 5 times a week. Worked in a trade, and I was living with my ex's parents at the time. And like I hated being there, so I would like get up, do my cardio at 4 a.m., work all day, drive straight to basketball training, practice, drive straight to the gym, probably get to the gym at like 10 o'clock at night, do a 2-hour lift, finish the rest of my steps, and then go home and pass out by like 12 o'clock just to get back up at 4 a.m. again.
But you don't even need steps for that much activity.
Oh, no, I just didn't want to go home, bro. I just didn't want to go home. But like I whittled away to nothing that prep. Like it was really bad, to be honest with you. Yeah. That was the first time I ever experienced going hypo, and I wasn't even using insulin.
Yeah. Do you remember as well when you prep, how cold you used to get in the winter?
Yeah.
I remember standing at the rough base. I had 3 layers of clothes on. I was going, this is impossible. I don't know how people even work. I'm just shivering. Like I just wanted to go home. I was just ready to break down. I need to go home. I just need to get warm. I can't stand the wind.
But I'm a psycho because I read one study once that was like,
were you shivering to lose weight?
Yeah, when you're cold, your body auto-regulates your thermogenesis a little bit better, so you burn more fat.
But for 12 hours a day, standing there all day, every day, I was over it. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm trying to work. They're like, you need to work harder. And I'm like, mate, I'm just trying not to die right now.
I'm just trying not to die.
I fucking hate it. And now I'm enhanced. I'm too fucking hot all the time.
Oh, bro.
Sitting in the jury room, sweating.
3 different shirts a day.
Like that's why we had to get like a huge bed so we could sleep from far away from each other.
Do you not get those Instagram promos of like the cold blankets and shit like that get sent to you?
They actually work though.
I don't know. I've never used one.
Yeah, I just sleep with the air conditioner on in the room.
Yeah. My power bill is ridiculous.
Yeah. We'll get on to the questions, eh?
Oh, have you got questions?
Yeah, cool.
Shit.
Let's see if there's any good ones.
Oh, are they from?
Yeah. Would you still continue to do cardio during the off season? And what's the highest calories you've had in a bulk? So we sort of cover that, didn't we?
We already spoke about this. Yeah.
So
cardio, yes.
Yeah.
Cardio definitely, and the highest my calories have got was like just around 7,500.
Yeah, I've done 6,500 before. 2
You
liters.
I have to be careful not to do too much cardio, because otherwise, when I go to push cardio in a prep, I'm too fit.
Yeah,
I'm way too fit. It's fucked. Yeah.
You want to do what I obviously
just real like light cardio.
Depends on your division as well. If you're a heavy bodybuilder, you're struggling to put on weight with eating. You got to do less.
Yeah,
this is what it is. But if you're a bikini girl, you probably want to do as minimal as possible as well, because then when you prep, it's more effective.
In saying that, there's definitely a trade-off. And I know for me personally, who's like, I have trouble eating, that if I'm really sedentary, my appetite falls in the shitter. But if I get up and I do 20 minutes of high-intensity cardio first thing in the morning, I'm able to eat enough food because of that to outweigh that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
My appetite's so much better.
Yeah, I'd eat more than what the output of the cardio was.
Yeah, correct.
I'd say the absolute minimum anyone should be doing is 6,000 steps a day.
6,000?
Yeah.
Minimum?
Yeah. Absolute minimum. Yeah. Like if you're getting under than that, that's just for health purposes, should at least be at 6,000 steps.
But not only that, is like when you get to our size, I don't know if it's for you guys personally, but I know that if I'm like sitting on my laptop all day or sitting in my office all day and I try and train, bro, my body's just aching in pains. But if I'm on my feet moving around throughout the day and I'm lubed up and ready to go, I'm so much more efficient when I train.
Like when I used to come home, I go straight to the gym for being a labourer, like shoveling all day, being on leg round with that, my joints were so warm straight into it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Now it takes me 45 minutes to fucking do a leg extension. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh,
that's what leg takes me 2.5 hours. Yeah.
My knees have never been as sore before. So not walking around as much. Yeah.
I would do like today I did 5 warm-up sets, and then I did 2 warm-up sets strapped up, and then I did my leg set.
That's your first exercise, right?
No, second. I do seated leg curls first, then I go to the pendulum, and I'll do like 7 to 8 warm-up sets. I'm just going to make sure my knees are feeling okay for the top set.
Yeah.
I've been doing all my heavy lifts last on my day.
I've been doing the same thing lately.
And I really rate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Sorry?
pre-exhausted absolute.
Well, the problem is though with normally with leg extension, I can max out the machine too easy, so I move that to the end.
Yeah.
Mm.
Bodybuilding probs.
Yeah, and then the pendulum, I did have after single leg, but then I hate being so strong on single leg because that's way too strong. And also, if I work one leg harder than the other, I started getting hip problems. So then I'd go over to the pendulum, and one leg's more fatigued than the other. So now I always do dual leg first and then single stuff after. That's what I found. Cool.
Yeah, I'll do lane leg curls, adductors, extensions, seated hand curls, and then I'll do my like squat pattern and then a leg press pattern.
That's almost identical to my workout, like almost identical. Yeah.
What are you high volume at or low?
Nah, low, definitely low.
Like, what did I do today? I'll do.
Yeah, I'm doing one set on the hacks, one set on leg press. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I do.
I'll do what today I did. I normally do two seated leg curl. Like one's a top set, one's like more of a back off pump set. Sometimes I'll only do the one, but then one pendulum, one leg press, 1 to 2 extensions depending on how I feel, and then an adductor and calf. There's only like 6 to 8 working sets in the whole workout. It takes me 2 hours.
And I didn't really tell anyone about this actually, but I actually tore my adductor in like November, December last year. And kind of like revamped my leg training, like completely changed the way I train. Because I've always been like a real big compound guy, like, load up the hack squat as heavy as you fucking can and just get as many reps as you can type scenario. That's always kind of been my philosophy to training. And then since tearing my adductor, I kind of had to change around like movement patterns, my foot placement, my hip hinge, things like that. And now like I said, what Cam was saying, I'll do like one top set on a pendulum and then maybe 2 sets on a leg press, and the rest is just machine-based stuff. And like the last 6 months, my legs have grown more than they have when I was barbell back squatting 6 plates aside for reps. Like,
I've never grown from back squats.
No.
I find as well, like the more advanced you get, the less volume you need.
Oh, for sure.
I'll never do anything more than 2 sets. Yeah.
Well, the problem is, and I mean, we all coach clients as well, so we kind of understand, but you can't expect everyone to train with the right intelligence and intensity that we train with. So people like that need 3 working sets or 4 working sets until you watch one of us. Dude, I remember first time I watched Cam on a hack squat, I went home and rethought my entire training philosophy. What
am I even talking about?
I was like, what the fuck am I doing? There's a reason why my legs are doing what they're doing. His legs
was that at Ashmore?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
When people are like, they're like, how do you, I see you, they come up to me sometimes like, did you only do 1 set on that? I'm like, yeah. They're like, I do like 4 sets of something. Yeah. I'm like, that's fine, you can probably do 4 sets.
Yeah, but they're 4 sets.
Like, I'm literally like, even if I want to do a second set, I'd have to at least half the weight just to match reps.
Yeah.
Well, that's enough fatigue.
Yeah, because people will be like, oh, I'll do 4 sets of 10 at the same weight. And I'm like, my brain can't compute how you can do 4 sets of 10 at the same weight. And how does that make sense?
When I see that, when I used to coach people, when I actually used to monitor reps heaps, I'm like, how the fuck are you getting the same reps?
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing in the first set?
Fucking around, clearly.
Especially when they say things like, oh, well, I knew I had 4 sets. I'm like, imagine you have 1 set and just fucking go. That's all you've got. Yeah. When you get to a point where you're literally like, say you're on a leg press and you get like this easy rep. You're like, I can get another one. Then all of a sudden you're like, and you can't even move it.
Yeah.
That's what it should be like. You can't even push. There's like nothing there.
If I'm doing like back-to-back sets with the same weight, like let's say I got 12 for the first set, I'll get like 9 or 8 for the next one.
I was going to say 8. A 4-rep drop-off is the same for me.
Yeah.
I'd be lucky to even get that. I reckon.
I'd be about a 3 rep.
If I did the same weight, if I did a set of 10 on leg press, if I did the same weight, I might get 3. I'm like, I can push so fucking hard. My legs are fried. They're just done. Can't do it. Sometimes I can't even do that weight for 1 rep.
Yeah.
I'm too intense. I go way too hard.
No shit.
I'll be like this for ages. I'll be like, 1 more. And the guy's like, no, you're done. I'm like, no, I'll fucking get 1 more. And I'll get 1 more. And he got over. I'm like, 1 more. And I'll finally stop. I'm like, I'm trying to push. I can't get anything. And I'll fall out of the machine.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like,
to be honest, you could probably back that off a little bit and your weight will probably start going up.
It's just so
probably.
fun. I get locked in. I get in there and I'm like, oh, I'm going. I get in there. I'm like, take it. I tell myself I'm going to take it easy, and then I get in there and I get in the zone. I'm like, oh man, I'm pushing this. I'm taking this home. I fucking get it takes over me. It's like when you jump in a car and you just want to speed.
But you're only like that with legs.
Yeah, because you can't push like that with anything else. I've torn everything else.
I've torn everything.
You can't. Your chest isn't the same. It's not as fatiguing because you can push, but it just doesn't feel the same. Like it doesn't take the energy like legs does.
Chest is easy. You just fucking push it till you can't push it again. That's it. The job done.
Legs is just a different animal. It's just completely different. And then that's why I only train them once a week, and I come home and I fall asleep. All right. But yeah, that's funny. The beginner guys where, like you said, they need high volume. They can't. Yeah. Low volume only works when you've got training experience.
Yeah, I mean, they talk about it on the bro chat all the time. Like, I firmly believe that training is a skill, and it's something you develop, and it's something that you can learn, and you can always continue to be better at it for sure. Like understanding how to train, and even what Cam said is like sometimes that extra rep that you're forcing out probably isn't even conducive to progress, right?
Oh, yeah.
But we just do it because we're fucking psychos. But yeah, but in terms of like training smarter, not harder type of scenario, it's like there's a principle to it for sure.
Yeah.
It's like knowing when it's appropriate and knowing when you're being a pussy.
Yeah, exactly right. And the problem is that 99% of the population are just fucking pussies, right?
Yeah. Look, I reckon as well, going back to that like when people say that, I reckon they stop at that 3 RR, I reckon it's like 6 RR.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they don't know what failure is. I'm like, you can always get more. You see him and you're like, man, there's like 5 at least to go there.
Well, one of my favorite quotes ever was like Ian Valier was talking about it on one of his first ever bro chats, and I'm talking about what it is to train to failure. And he's like, training to failure is that someone's got a gun to your head, and if you get another rep, or they pull the trigger, like that's the type of train to failure.
Yeah,
people be like, oh no, like I don't think I could have got one more. I mean, I used to have a PT client that I swear just used to come see me 3 times a week because he just wanted me to suck his dick or something. I don't know, but he would start to struggle. And then I'd be like, all right, do 2 more. So you do like the 2 fastest, most cleanest reps and rack it up. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I was struggling. You said 2 more. Okay, cool.
Something else I find quite interesting is like, let's say you're hitting failure or like you're getting close to failure. How much will you allow form to slip to get extra reps because someone's got a gun to your head? So how much are you going to let your form slip to get extra reps?
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Well, I don't let my form slip at all at the gym. I'll go to failure only within that movement pattern.
Yeah.
Like I'll be able to say like a roll or something, but and I'm like, I can sort of change and heave it up, but I just don't do that. That's what you see a lot of beginners do.
See, like I don't mind a little bit of body English, like on the last maybe last two reps, just so you can like maybe progress that lift. But you make note of that. Hey, it wasn't exactly locked in, so maybe instead of jumping up weight next week, I'll still stay on the same weight, and then just try and like actually nail those fucking reps.
Yeah.
It's also pretty dependent on the specific movement pattern as well. So, for example, like if I'm throwing up a set of 80-kilo dumbbells, I'm not inclined to like contort my body to get the weight up. But if I'm on an incline fucking hammer strength machine press where I'm like locked in, probably a little bit different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And then I mean I'm 34 now, so the slightest mishap with a dumbbell and I'm not walking for a week, bro.
Yeah. I think our body English is different than a lot of other people's body English as well.
Yeah.
Ours is like, I can feel that assistant muscle kick in a little bit, whereas other people are like completely disengaged the muscle being used and just whatever they can to throw it up.
It's the people that turn an incline press into a decline press because they're doing a hip thrust at the same time.
You see they're pushing. I'm like, you see something going wrong. I don't want to.
No.
But yeah, you need that a little bit of English because there needs to be that little bit of struggle.
For sure.
Because how do you know if you're gonna? So say you hit 12 with 2 ugly ones on the end.
Then you go again to get 12 clean.
We know you go again till you get 14 clean.
Yeah.
And then you go up.
Or depending on your rep range,
Yeah. Because it also could come down to you could have a shit day or a bad day as well. a mental thing as well. It's not just what your body's, you know.
Well, that comes back to the training, like we were saying before, training with the adrenaline and the anger. Like when you train like us, you just train smart. It's pretty, even if you're sort of fatigued, we're pretty much, our performance is pretty much the same every day, within like 5%.
I think pretty well with everything. Yeah, pretty well with everything in bodybuilding. If you can divorce yourself from emotion, you will do better.
Yeah. Well,
like,
because you get the
pretty much across the board. Pretty much across the board with everything.
Yeah,
you get the people that are so married to this, like the JP style of like progressive overload logbooking and having to progress every session, like. And then you've got the people that are on the other side of the coin that are like, no, I only train off feel and I'm trying to get a pump. And I think like the correct answer is kind of somewhere in the middle, right? You're trying to constantly progressively overload in one way, shape, or form, but it's not the be all and end all of making progress is adding weight or adding a rep, right? There's still better ways to put movement for sure.
Sometimes for me as well, it's just that felt better.
Yeah.
You know, that set felt better this week. Yeah, it's more engaging.
Yeah.
Like especially like I said, you can only get so strong. When you get to start getting our strength levels, it's like, what are you going to progress every year? A couple of kilo on a machine? You have to find new ways of it to make it harder. Maybe you start slowing the eccentric down another second.
Well, it's like someone had a kid come up to me the other day and he just pressed the 50s for the first time or something like that. And he was like, oh, what do you press? And I was like, oh, like, you know, I'll press the 70s for 12, whatever. And he's like, oh, I'm catching you. I shouldn't be too far behind you. And I was like, the jump from 0 to 50 is probably not as much as the jump from 50 to 70 kilo dumbbells. Like, it's not linear. It's not linear progression, bro. You don't just keep going the whole time.
And not only that, the way he's lifting those 50s is not like how you're lifting the 70s.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? Like that's what people don't understand. Especially when people train with me, they have to at least half their weights.
Yeah, definitely.
It's only a few anadrols away.
It's only bumping it from 100 megs to 150 megs and you're good to go.
I love that kid's attitude though, that he's chasing you. Good on him.
Yeah, no, I respect
that. Yeah, that's
no, I remember the first time I lifted the 50s in the gym. And like that was a big deal to me. Like doing the 50 kilo dumbbells was
And now we're all like, how light can I get away with and still progress? Because our joints are screaming at us.
Yeah.
I
tell everyone, if I could get the same contraction out of pressing 1 plate per side that I do out of pressing 4 plates per side, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
100%. I'd do it in a heartbeat, man.
I do not care about being strong.
No, fuck no.
It's more warm-up sets. It's more anxiety. Do you get gym anxiety? Sometimes you're like, I've got to lift that today.
Yeah.
I hate that. That's the worst, especially in prep, because you don't you're literally in a calorie deficit. Whereas in off season, like I'll get it out of me. I'll dig it out. I'll get it when that time comes. I'll lock in for it. But in prep, you're like, all right, this is going to take a massive chunk of my recovery now, pushing through this. All right,
I probably love it though.
No, so we're fucking all sick in the head.
Sick in the head.
I heard a study about consuming 40 grams of protein before sleep is very beneficial. Question is, if you were to have only 1 protein shake a day, would it be better to have it after a workout or before going to sleep? So I think
doesn't matter.
Definitely doesn't.
Protein powder.
Yeah, protein powder.
I don't think 40 grams of protein before sleep. Oh, protein, not protein powder.
Yeah, you should be having protein both times.
Yeah, well, just eat
it. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. As long as look. So, what do you guys reckon? Minimum of 3 meals a day, minimum.
At least.
And at least have minimum of 3 meals. And say your protein intake's, I don't know what, 150 grams, whatever this person is, 200 grams. Divide that by 3, and that's all that's relevant.
Yeah.
But some people do sleep better if they've got a full belly though.
Yeah, so it's all personal preference.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But like Cam's on
you, if you're drinking before you go to bed, then maybe you're up all night pissing. Just whatever. It's person dependent.
Yeah, like you guys are saying, you guys 4 meals. I do 5, then prep I do 6. As long as a normal person 3. If you're a lifter, you should be on at least 4. I reckon 3 is a little bit too small.
Unless you're eating like 1,200 calorie meals or something.
Yeah. Unless you're actually strapped for time, and 3 meals is all you can do.
Yeah, but 3 is the absolute minimum. I would go less than 3.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of calories to consume if you eat just 2 meals a day.
Well, I think if you're only eating 3 meals a day, you're probably generally at more beginner stage, so your meals probably wouldn't be that big.
There was one guy.
What advanced person's eating 3 meals?
Nah, there was one guy that was he was doing a whole YouTube series on it where he would just eat one meal before he goes to bed every night, and then he would train one meal. So he would eat like a 3,500 calorie meal like right before he goes to bed, and then he would train the next morning, technically fasted, I suppose. But if you're eating 3,500 calories, right before bed, and then then he wouldn't eat post workout until that 3,500 calorie meal like of a nighttime again.
I don't know. Well, there is.
So you didn't have anything before training, just.
The before training's all right, but seriously, after training, you should be having at least like 50 protein, 50 carbs. So like they've done studies where if you don't have carbs and protein after training, you're going to degrade the next day.
Oh, I didn't say it was an ideal, or I wasn't suggesting anybody do it. I'm just saying that there was a guy that was like proving that it could be done if you wanted to.
It can be done, but is it optimal?
No. What is optimal?
Is that almost like intermittent fasting? Like he's just eating once a day?
Yeah, it is,
Think about you stretching your stomach for that one meal.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Sit there eating for an hour before you go to bed.
Yeah, no chance.
Yeah, how long would it take you to eat fucking 35
have like smorgasbord before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Just imagine just the jaw pumps. Like your jaw would get sore in that meal.
I don't know. Maybe he's just a really big pothead and he just like smokes a massive fucking blunt at nighttime and then just gorges on 3,500 and then goes to bed.
Yeah, I mean, in a prep,
I'd like to see how those results, if he did that for a long stint, what sort of results he would get.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't follow it for that long. I just saw it pop up.
He should do it for 12 weeks and then do 4 meals a day for 12 weeks.
And see the difference.
Yeah, see the difference. But I don't know. So everybody's body's different. Some people might work.
Yeah.
You get people that like graze. They love grazing, whereas other people just love having set meals.
Yeah, I'm probably somewhere in between.
Yeah. Some people that, you just like talk to your mates that don't bodybuild, they're like, oh, I don't really sit down and have meals. I sort of just pick at things. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, I don't ever snack.
Yeah. When people tell me that I'll have this and then I have 3 snacks, I'm like, 2 snacks? I'm like, it's either a meal or it's nothing. I don't eat between. I don't even think about food in between my meals.
Yeah, my snack is a meal. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's right. Cover more girl stuff. We work just as hard. Show us love too. We cover.
Okay, go back and review the Adelaide women's show. Then go on.
Yeah. Oh, we'll go back.
Is that what is cover more girl stuff?
Cover more girl stuff.
Yeah. See, sorry, I'm not really. Oh.
We got a girl on the pod. We got a girl here on the podcast.
I know exactly who sent it. Well, the fact that they've mentioned that.
Well, let's cover. What do you guys think of the physique girl this season? Oh, there wasn't any. Amelia?
Was she figure or physique?
Figure.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She needs to be a little bit leaner.
A bit. Yeah, we need to. She knows what she's got to do.
Yeah. What about the wellness girl? She was in good condition.
Caitlin's world class in my opinion.
Yeah, she was good. I was surprised.
She could step on a pro stage today if she wanted to.
Yeah, I was actually impressed. Like when I saw her walking, I saw her quad separation.
Yeah.
She was.
She was an FMG pro before she came across the IFBB.
Oh, so was she? Okay.
Yeah. I remember I was speaking to her on the side of the stage, and she goes, Was this her first IFBB show?
First time.
Wasn't it? Yeah. I remember. Yeah, so I remember talking to her, because she was a bit nervous. I'm like, just get out there and have fun.
Yeah, she's doing Queensland.
But she said she much prefers IFBB to what she was doing before.
Yeah.
That's a
pretty given.
IFBB is too much of a beauty pageant, man. Yeah, because they actually specified why isn't Amelia in shape.
Why is what?
Why is Amelia not in shape? That's what she said.
Yeah, I know. That's why I reckon I know who sent that message. Amelia's always struggled with condition.
She's always struggled with condition.
And I think there's a lot of stress-related issues there.
She's got great shape.
Really. She's still been in the best, she's been the best condition I've seen her. And then her check-in that she sent me this morning, she's just getting drier. She's getting better each day. So hopefully she pulls a better condition again.
Well, I mean, even if we're talking from the male to female kind of standard of conditioning, right? That it's definitely a lot easier for a male to get in comp condition and hold that than it is for a female too, I think.
Yeah.
So knowing that there was 3 weeks between shows, they might not have like even peaked her remotely for it? Like it could have just been really a warm up.
No, not really. They did. They did.
Okay. I was trying to play devil's advocate, but all right.
Yeah, no.
You're ruining it. You're ruining it.
Nah, she knows what she has to do. And Matt,
Here I am, like, giving her the benefit of the doubt, and you're just like, nah, fuck it.
I'll serve her. I'll give it to her. That's just my best mate. But
I'm sorry, Amelia. I tried to stick up for you. I'm sorry.
what is the fit model? Who won that one?
No, there was no fit model.
No fit model.
Wasn't in Adelaide.
Yeah.
I think
people don't know about Amelia also.
Amelia also is
push a lot.
She's also basically natural.
Yeah, she doesn't put a lot.
You can tell that from her in a good way. You can tell that.
That's her problem.
Yeah,
that's her problem.
I do say that to her every time. Amelia, just fucking jump on.
It's IFBB. It's like, man, this isn't like ICN. It's IFBB.
We can sort that out for you.
There's probably people in ICN taking more gear than them.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I was at a natty show today. That's why I was like a little bit late coming in. I was like at a natty show today, and I saw Gano on like 3 guys. and not one of them won their class either, which made it even worse.
Could you imagine losing a natty show being enhanced? Oh, that's fucked. What about this bikini girl? She's good.
Yeah, she was very impressive.
Yeah,
she's
good.
What's the word I'm looking for?
She was very professional as well.
Experienced.
But she was the only one that did opens. She just walked in. I'm just doing one class. I think she just missed out on her pro card last year.
She was polished.
Yeah. She's polished. She said she came second or something, or she was just down in the overalls.
Yeah.
So she's like, I want the pro card this time.
Yeah. Cam said it best that like even knowing like we don't know the most about bikini, like let's be perfectly honest about it, but you just see people on stage and you're just like, okay, that person has it, whatever it is that they've got it. And she has a lot of polish, a lot of class, and is very like.
Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. She's polished.
Polished, yeah. Cam said polished earlier.
Yeah, like if we're us boys who were hanging out in the club and those girls that lineup walked in, we'd be like, we'd be drawn to her.
Exactly what I'd say. Yeah, she's polished.
She's polished. She's polished. That's my new pickup line. Next time I go out to the club, I'm just gonna walk up to the girl and be like, "You look really polished."
Yeah, she was polished.
Really polished.
No, I think that's actually I think a girl thing with that's a really good compliment.
Yeah, I would.
That's a really good compliment. Polished.
There you go. Girls, be happy. We just reviewed your classes.
Whereas us guys are all rough around the edges.
But it's good to know that I didn't think any girls would be listening. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Hopefully soon we can monetize this so I can pay you all.
Just get Cam's face on the podcast more. You'll get more female viewers. Just get Cam on them.
I'd love to have like a booth every year at Nationals. Meet the guys from the podcast.
Oh, I was like a kissing booth. Like what's going on?
No one ain't lining up for that. We're not for him anyway.
Well, because I'm trying to get it bigger the whole point is trying to promote the sport here in Australia.
Just send me a box of GH per episode. That'll cover it.
Per episode. That's every week.
Right, when you get your hands on that real primo that you were talking about, we'll talk.
When the money starts rolling in, I'll pay you all in GH, right? Do people come to Adelaide to compete because it's much easier? Most winners this season were from different states.
Yeah, look, if I had $1 every time someone said that to me this week about.
No, do people fly back to like Adelaide because it's like their hometown? Really, they want to compete in their hometown. Yeah.
I think as well, a lot of people don't want to do a week before nationals because they like that bit of extra time.
Yeah.
Because I know Josh Andrews.
I quite like the turnaround of a week, but like for my scenario.
So. Yeah, I like a week.
Yeah, I like back-to-back shows, man.
Yeah, but that's a week's good for us because you're ready. But people that aren't ready, they need those, especially people that aren't. They're more newer to competing. They need more time to make adjustments.
Really.
Yeah.
I like compete, and then like you're all like running off adrenaline. Things are happening. It's exciting. Peak week, and then you don't have enough time to start feeling shitty again before you get like peaking for the next show. So
there's nothing worse.
I like the week turnaround. Yeah, I've done like 2 weeks before, and like you just start feeling like death again.
Yeah,
because I hate. There's nothing worse than being like, okay, now I've got another 8 low days.
Yeah.
You know what you say? Fuck that. No, you want to all right. All I'm doing is depleting for a carb up.
Yeah,
that's way better than fucking 2 weeks of fucking hell again than peak week. Yeah, no, I think I think the more advanced you get, the more you like your shows closer.
I would say the reason why people like us don't mind a week in between is because we don't have an issue not having a fucking retarded meal after the comp.
Yeah.
Whereas, dude, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So people want the 2-week, the 3-week break so they can binge after the qualifier, and then they've got enough time to get it off again before they have to compete again.
That's just so pointless. That's so pointless.
Especially when you see like, bikini girls are the worst. They're posting with their donuts. I'm like, man, use like the class that can get away with eating the least. Like, like a big bodybuilder is probably going to do nothing. They probably needed it for the carb. If anything, they'll look better the next day. But bikini girls, you're going to put on like 5 kilos of fat.
I say this all the time. I say this all the time, and there's a lot of people that do bodybuilding, but there's not a lot of bodybuilders.
Yeah,
man.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people that compete, but there's not a lot of people that are actual like bodybuilders that are doing it for the right reasons. So I say it all the time. I'm like, a lot of people do bodybuilding, but there's not a lot of bodybuilders.
Yeah, I remember after the state show, I came home and I just had grilled barra Monday and sweet potato.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was straight back on plan.
Yeah, straight back on plan.
Yeah.
When I won my pro card that year, I went home and I had a fucking tuna salad.
Yeah.
If you are a competitor,
it's only your last show of the season, you might go out for a cheap meal. Then
if you're a competitor and you're watching this, don't fucking stock your cupboards in your house with shit you want to eat after the show. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And people do it.
I mean, we've all done it. Let's be real. Like,
we've
all done it. But I mean, probably not Cam because he's an alien. But
I actually haven't done it.
There you go. There you go. Some bodybuilders are just better bodybuilders than others. All right, I get it. I fucking get it. Like I couldn't agree more. Like if you let's put it this way: if you book your post comp meal before you book your fucking comp tan, you shouldn't be bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Way too food focused. Way too food focused.
Yeah.
I mean, after my carb up anyway, I don't even want to eat. I did before nationals. I did 1,500 carbs.
Man, all I want after I get off stage is fresh fruit. Give me fresh fruit and get me in the gym.
A nice drink, Good
want a coffee with milk.
Coffee, you're a big coffee with milk guy. You're a big coffee with milk guy.
I love what do you call them? The frappuccinos.
Yeah.
Like the ice coffees with actually like ice through them.
I just want a normal cappuccino.
Do you know what a Melbourne Magic is? Have you ever had one of those?
Magic's a killer.
Magic?
Yeah.
I had literally had one of those today at the show. They're the fucking best things ever can. It's like a long black with like kind of like a dash of frothed milk.
It's a double ristretto.
Yeah.
Double ristretto. Yeah. Oh man, that's like my go-to.
Oh, I might have to get one in Melbourne. I'm coming out for the Nationals.
Yeah, I'll take you out. We'll go find one for sure.
Yeah, I love Magics. I like it with a dash of sugar as well.
Yeah, you would too.
Yeah, in the off season. Sugar.
100 grams of sugar.
100 grams of brown.
100 grams. I ran out of honey the other day, so I was put brown sugar all over my Wheat Bix.
But no, it's like we're talking brown. It's not even caster sugar. No, it's brown
proper
sugar.
brown
sugar.
Sugar.
Sticky.
No, it's the shit. It's the shit that you find in the back of your grandma's cupboard.
But it's good. It's because it actually tastes like when you like oats and Wheat Bix with it. It actually tastes like the cinnamon brown sugar oat
because it caramelizes a little bit.
It does. Yeah.
Fucking delicious.
It's actually it would be pretty good to be fair.
I'll give you that. You're gonna have to start a movement. You're gonna have to start a movement. Start like tagging it and putting like brown sugar on everything.
I will the brown sugar movement.
Brown sugar movement.
Can I borrow a cup of brown sugar? I've got enough brown. I've got all my brown sugar here. The sugar's sweeter than you, babe.
Next question.
That's her birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
You're getting old.
Happy birthday.
I have to trade her in soon. I'm going to be like Leo. I'll go start the 24-year-olds.
It's cute that you think you can do better, bro.
I know. She's a pro. Who am I? I'm just a ghost. How do you know if your GH is real and what's the minimum effective dose?
It depends what you consider effective.
Well, if you're paying $20 for it, it's not real.
Yeah.
Real GH, I normally just check. It's not the most accurate, but check IGF blood levels when I get blood.
Well, you can always just get a test kit. That's probably the easiest way to do it.
That as well, yeah.
The other one would be, I've had guys like pin 10 IU and then get blood work done straight away.
Yeah.
Numb hands.
Yeah. I get massive numb hands, and then your scale weight should go up within like first couple of days.
Yeah.
You should hold water on GH.
I notice the best way I can tell is when I start pinning in the PM, like my sleep goes through the roof.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's usually a good indicator.
Do
What
you
about you,
split
Cam? Because you don't
doses?
get numb hands. So how do you tell?
Oh, so yeah, my scale weight will. If let's say if I pull it out, my scale weight will drop. So,
Yeah.
What'd you say, Cam?
Yeah. Do you split your dose?
Yeah.
AM PM.
Yeah, half.
Yeah.
I do it all the night,
Really?
even if up to 10 IU.
I was just saying you're not taking enough then, clearly, if you're not splitting it.
I just like it because John always had me all the night. He goes, just do it all night.
Really?
He goes,
Were you
yeah.
doing any
By the time the half-life circles round, he goes, there's no difference.
Were you doing Lantis?
Yeah, I'm doing 20 IU Lantis.
Fasted?
Yeah.
Interesting. Because normally you'd synergize it with GH in the morning.
The GH is still there in the morning.
Yeah, that's valid. If you put in that much the night before.
He's like, it doesn't matter. He goes, there's literally seen no benefits.
Yeah.
The only time he said split it is when you start running into maybe blood pressure issues or insulin sensitivity issues.
Yeah, true.
Then you take the Lantis to offset that anyway.
Yeah. So if you're taking like your blood glucose in the morning and it's fine after taking, 8 IU of a nighttime, then you're good to go.
Yeah. But then like if it's not, you can just put Lantis in as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then look, it's like I said, and then same as like if my hands are too numb, you can split the dose.
Yeah.
But I find it just ends up doing the same thing anyway. I find it doesn't matter when you take it, it's all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't mind. I'd rather just take it all night. It's easy to remember. But yeah, there's so many different fucking variables. Some people I know at least take 2 IU per meal.
What was the
Fuck
second
that.
one?
Yeah, who has time for that?
I was reading a forum once and they were talking about Nick Walker was doing 4 IU. Was he doing 4 IU with 6 meals a day? So he's pinning 4 IU of GH. He was pinning 4 IU of GH and 8 IU of Nova with every meal.
Nova.
Yeah, right.
When I was with Matt Jansen,
Every meal. Yeah.
he had me running Aromacin and Nova the whole push phase.
It sounds like a Matt Jansen thing to do.
And with John, I ran no AI.
Yeah, John's very anti-AI, which I'm a big fan of. I'll never touch AI.
When you're on 2 grams of mass, you don't need it. You don't fucking need it. I'll tell you right now, I'm feeling awesome on the gear I'm on now. Like, my sex drive has never been higher.
I'm very much like take the least amount of shit possible.
Yeah,
I'm the same as
But
you. I'm the same.
If it's another drug you can eliminate, then that's good. A good thing.
Yeah.
The idea of,
thanks, man.
the idea of taking a drug to offset a drug just doesn't make sense to me.
I don't chase your tail, but I've found running ROIs screw your lipids more.
Yep.
Yeah. But then again, there's no studies that show cholesterol is even bad. There's actually no link to cholesterol and bad health. How high your cholesterol is.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
no link to.
There's actually nothing proving that cholesterol in levels makes a difference.
We just want to preface that nobody on this podcast is a doctor, and everything is for research purposes only. Nothing is to be.
Yeah, because we did a bit of study on my degree, and I've done like further research. But yeah, there's actually no, they're like, cholesterol lowering. There's actually no proof that high cholesterol is even bad. So, I mean, and then you go into as well. There's all conspiracy theories that they only want you to have low cholesterol and keep it in range because it makes low tests and it makes you more submissive to the government. There's all that fucking bullshit as well.
Let me put my hat on first. Yeah,
that's trash. But yeah, there's actually when your cholesterol's out of range, it's actually like who knows if it's bad. The main thing is blood pressure and like all that stuff, like hypertension, heart health. But yeah, cholesterol is like actually unknown.
Yeah.
Because obviously we've all got
cholesterol does lead to severe cardiac disease, though.
Yeah, but that's some other factors as well. That's arterial health and stuff.
Yeah, I know, but it's still a precursor. Yeah. So,
but like we've all got take HDL.
Yeah. But
my total cholesterol is not that bad because we all eat low fat diets.
As long as my triglycerides are fine, I'm good.
Yeah. Why does Adelaide bodybuilding scene suck so much compared to other states?
Doesn't.
I think they get confused though. The whole number of us is lower.
Yeah, it's a population thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same in any sport. Like if you look at any sport, and I played a bunch of team sport growing up, so it was like anytime that we played in the TAC Cup for football, like Victoria would dominate everyone because it's just a larger population. Like any basketball tournament I ever played in, it was always like the Gold Coast and Victoria that would just dominate everyone. It's just it's a populist thing. It's a strength by numbers.
That's right. And there's probably not only that, there's probably more money in other states in that type of area. Like if you're going to be a PT, how many people are there to PT in Melbourne compared to Adelaide? You know, like people are going to have more money for, you know, supplements and everything. There's more money involved with it. They get better stuff. Like there's great gyms here, but there's just, like I said, there's just less bodybuilders. So people just maybe don't want to do it here.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like, I mean, that's just why, like you said, it's population.
There's still plenty of good bodybuilders in Adelaide, that's for sure.
Yeah. I wonder maybe the person who said that's maybe from Adelaide.
No, the person who said that's from Adelaide and just lost it overall to someone that's
from Why is Beans the only female athlete that can bring condition?
Did she write that question?
Yeah. Come on, get up the question.
I haven't even been on Instagram today. I don't think. Does they really say that?
Yeah.
Why is Beans the only female athlete that can bring?
First of all, she's probably
First of all, they refer to me as Beans, so there's obviously someone.
Well, first of all, they're probably looking at one. There's hardly any physique girls ever.
Yeah.
And of course, the other divisions aren't as lean. They're not meant to be.
Exactly right.
You know, and then if you do look at the other physique athletes like Tracy and that, they're all brain conditioned.
They're all peeled, yeah.
They're all fucking peeled.
Yeah.
I think maybe they just don't see physique athletes, and they might not know bodybuilding.
Jessie does figure, and she gets inside out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And then
they just must have low awareness.
Yeah, I prep like Mel, my ex-partner, for her figure show, and she was peeled when we got her on stage. Like,
there's plenty of condition.
Yeah.
Oh, like even some bikini girls are like too lean for bikini. They get fucking peeled.
Yep.
Yeah. But I think that person might just be they just don't know what's out there. Yeah. Yeah, plenty of girls bring condition.
Maybe they're referring to this season because this season was a bit small, and I don't think this season was as good as last season, like season C. Well,
season A is normally less competitive than season C.
Yeah.
Fine. Do you find that?
Yeah. Well, I lost the pro card season A and won it season C. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think more people are inclined to diet through the winter than they are over the summer.
I think so too.
Yeah. Not saying that the quality of athletes, but it's just there's more people, more athletes compete.
It's a larger sample size. Always a larger sample size. And you play the percentages for sure.
Thoughts on Adelaide show placings? I've already covered that. Reckon Josh Andrews do better at nationals?
He'll come in tighter.
We've already covered the placings.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you would assume that everyone would be better at nationals.
The goal for most athletes now, whether you have 3 weeks, 2 weeks, or 1 week, is just going to be to get sharper. Like it's just a fucking dress rehearsal.
Yeah.
Really, no point to a state show except for your regional qualification that you can go anywhere in the world. Yeah. Like, some people stop there at the state show, but I think most people will just, the whole goal is just to get crispier. There's very few people that go, I'm just going to try and hold this for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. You definitely, like you were saying before, Matt, show to show, you always get leaner.
For sure.
Yeah. Always. Because you're at this hypersensitive state, and as soon as you start eating back, sometimes your body actually responds more. You start feeding up, you drop fatigue, all of a sudden your body's like, I can get rid of this fat now. Food's coming back in. Or because you're just like some people push that too hard, or you don't know how hard you're pushing until you start feeding back in. And then things start working again.
Yeah. And I know Cam does this as well. Like him and I both like to get ready early so that we can, reduce fatigue and feed up into the show, go about it the right way. And, I could never understand, I could never comprehend people that are starting peak week by like burying themselves with cardio. You know what I mean? Like try and get that last little bit of fat off. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like make it make sense.
I know, like I see people I'm like, oh, I still got cardio Wednesday, like the Wednesday before the show. But why the fuck are you still doing cardio? If you're doing cardio in peak week, you've already lost.
Yeah.
I think a big mistake a lot of people make at the start of their preps is they ease into it.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna just lower my calories slightly. and then see what happens. Like, and then I'll adjust from there. Fuck, just get into it. Like,
yeah. I like so like my best format, especially with newer athletes as well. So you try and bury an athlete for 16 weeks on a linear regression in terms of like food and then increasing cardio, like they're just going to burn out. So I kind of map it out like a 16-week prep, and I'll do like a 6-week balls to the wall out of the gate, fucking bury you, and then I'll pull you back to maintenance for 4 weeks, and then we'll go back into the last 6 weeks of prep from a much better standpoint, refreshed, feeling much better, and with like a rejuvenated mental state that you haven't just been dying the last fucking 12 weeks.
Yeah, because when you're starting a prep, you've got the most energy, the most fat on you.
Yeah.
You can go without. You can run on the least amount of food then. Whereas the leaner you get, the less the deficit needs to be.
Yeah, and your body's
run a severe
deficit at that point.
Yeah, if you run a severe deficit when you're sub 8%, you're not gonna last very long.
No.
That's what happened to me in Romania. I'm like, because she was running she was on so low carb. I'm like, I'll just keep running low carb with her.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna. I don't want carbs in the house for her to see. And then I got to Romania, and because we were in business class in Turkish lounge, I'm like, fuck this, I'm gonna take advantage of this. I ate some food I wasn't meant to, and then I landed in Romania, still the lightest I've been in prep. I'm like, the fuck? I should have ate more in that lounge. Then I was like trying to carb up, and I didn't train the whole week. I'm just like, fuck this, I'm so fatigued. I didn't even feel like being in the gym. I just took the whole 7 days off prior to show, and I was eating. I kept upping my calories every day, lost weight. And then I'm like, fuck this. I just went out in the street. I'm like, what's open? I just went everywhere that I could get food. My gut was bloated as fuck. I was like out here.
Yeah.
I'm like, I cannot eat anymore. And I still weighed lighter than what I did in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I went to bed, woke up 2 kilos lighter. I'm like, fuck, how much do I have to eat? I had 2 days of 10,000 calories before my weight went up.
Were you sweating when you were eating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was like 4 days of 10,000 calories before my weight would start to increase.
Yeah.
It's fucked. I didn't realize how much fatigue you can put yourself in a hole.
Yeah, the human body's pretty crazy.
Yeah. James just talked about that on our podcast, actually.
Yeah, that's what I had. Exactly what happened to him. I had to eat so much to get myself out of that hole because I came in as a super heavy at Nationals in Adelaide, and I couldn't make 100 kilos come Romania show. I checked in at like 99.9.
Yeah, that's right.
My weight just kept dropping. And
150 milligrams of T4 will do that to you.
Yeah, well, I only got snap vials over there, so I was on a bit less gear.
The snap vials are usually better though.
Yeah, I had them, and then I think I was running 20 mega Halo day as well.
I've never touched Halo before.
Yeah, me neither.
No, neither have I.
I'd love to.
Nah, it would have been real. He chucked in these eyes, chucked in there for you, see how you like it.
Yeah.
And I ran out. I think I was too depleted to feel any different.
Yeah.
Didn't even feel it. But yeah, I kept waking up. So then when I kept losing weight, I stopped it because I'm like, maybe it's the Halo. But it didn't make a difference. I stopped that. I still kept losing weight.
Did you feel your aggression increase on Halo?
No, I was too tired.
Too tired.
Too tired to be angry.
Yeah, no, I didn't get aggressive at all.
That's the biggest feedback I hear about Halo. People get
no more than the
agitated.
I only get a bit of snappy when I'm hungry, like in prep. That's it.
I don't get angry on prep. I just get emotional. I just cry at everything.
Yeah.
Nah, he snaps.
I snap. I get very short temper. Like I'll snap and then apologize. But I'll have some big workouts in prep, and you get back to your car and you cry. You don't even know why.
No.
You got nothing left in the tank, and you're just like, why am I crying? And you're just sad.
Dude, it's just a random Tuesday afternoon.
I've never done that.
You've never done that, yeah.
I was sat in the car and be like, man, I just feel I need to let something out. I just feel like I need to cry for a bit.
I at least wait till I'm over the shower first.
I get really quiet. That's all.
I'm the same as that. I just go mute.
I don't get angry or anything. I just get quiet. But,
I
get quiet and OCD. So I get.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I like to start arguments because my dad used to do that with me. So I'll try to sort of pick fights with her. She won't have a bar of it. She'll just be so quiet.
No, because I know what you want.
And then I get frustrated because she won't fight.
He wants to fight. It's like, no,
I like debate. I want to debate with me. And she'll just not say a word. I'm like,
my favorite thing to do on like deep in prep when I like don't want to talk to people, when someone will like be scrolling on their phone and they'll laugh at their phone to get you to be like, what's so funny, so they can tell you. Like I don't tell them and just watch them lose their mind of like want to tell me what's so funny, and I'm like, I don't care, and I just sit there and just let them spiral over it.
I hate it. I hate being at work and people just like, oh, eat this, it won't hurt.
Yeah.
We've been working hard today. I'm like, fucking leave me alone. People don't know
Yeah.
bodybuilding and shit, or they come up in the gym like every time. Oh, you're looking good. Oh, you're ready. You're ready. I'm like, fucking leave me alone. I'm like, I'm so not ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, an old mate of mine the other day was like, "Oh, we should catch up for a beer, bro." Like,
Yeah.
What?
what?
Yeah.
I can't actually see I can't picture you holding a beer, Cam, actually. Do you ever drink?
Yeah, I haven't drank. I haven't drank all year. I haven't drank since probably a year and a half.
Are you a beer drinker?
No, not beers. Oh, yeah, I'll have a beer. Yeah, I used to.
I can't say.
If I was to drink,
Not anymore now. Not anymore. It's like it'll be a spirit now. But
I was gonna say, I could see Cam with a really nice bottle of red wine or something like that for sure.
I don't mind a red wine.
Yeah, see,
with dinner. Only with dinner. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see you like Sam. I can see you with a cigar and a nice scotch.
Ooh, now we're talking.
All of us.
I can see you.
What do you drink, Matt?
Me? Oh, very rarely.
Yeah,
Very rarely.
You find as well, like the less you drink it, you just don't have the taste for it.
Nah, and like for me, like I'll probably drink maybe like 3 or 4 times a year. So if I had to like think about the last 3 times that I had a proper drink, like my best mate of like 20 years got married in New Zealand like about a month ago. So like we like had a bit of a party sesh for that. Like I'll drink on grand final day if I'm not prepping type scenario, and then like maybe New Year's and one other wedding throughout the year or something like that. But that's about it. Like
yeah.
But you don't get wasted.
I was like that like last year.
Yeah.
I was more like I'll drink when it's like I suppose like a valid reason to drink. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't drink just for the sake of it.
No, never.
Yeah.
But you're both talking about like casual drinks. You're not getting trashed. You're just having.
Oh no, when I was in New Zealand, I got fucked up.
Oh yeah, that's the wedding. Like grand final day though, you're just having a few to chill you out.
Yeah. Like I'm not going crazy, but then like if it's a wedding or a bucks party or something like that, and all the boys are like getting on it, then if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it properly.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm never like going out with the boys and having like 4 or 5 drinks at the pub and then coming home again. Like never in my life.
Yeah.
I reckon I've been drunk since I was 24.
Yeah.
At least 10 years.
Since competing last year, like my whole mindset's changed. So
yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah, so this year I haven't drunk at all.
Yeah.
The only time I drink now is like a couple of shots pre show day.
Yeah.
I just like doing that. That feels like bodybuilding.
I just think of the Ronnie Coleman story every single.
Yeah, Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah, the Ronnie Coleman story everything.
Yeah.
Is that
no backup?
Yeah, no backup. I know we have a few shots the night before and then go to bed. But yeah, that's it. All right, you got to go. You got dinner, don't you, Matt?
Yeah, I got to sort out some dinner for Boston too.
Yeah, I'm a meal behind as well. I was trying to delay it. I didn't want to eat.
It was nice catching up, dude.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure, guys.
I might see you, Matt, Queensland this week.
So. If I don't see you Queensland, I'll definitely see you at Nationals. But yeah, I'll let you know if I'm coming up to Queensland for sure.
Have you got competitors, Matt, in the shows? Any shows?
No, I had 3 do Melbourne and then I had 1 do Adelaide. But yeah, none of them are doing Nationals, which I'm actually not too mad about because I actually can't remember the last time I sat down and watched a show.
Just enjoyed the show, yeah.
Just enjoyed bodybuilding, yeah. So I'm actually really excited to do that.
Yeah. Unless Renee pulls you out and goes, "Come on."
I'm almost definitely going to be fucking working at the show, 100%.
Yeah.
But that's all right. We love it. That's what we're here for. So
I know.
Thanks for coming on, Matty.
See you guys.
Hey, see ya.